Hawk. Hunt and respond to Microsoft Cloud threats with open source precision.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the next Hawk tutorial. For today, I'll be walking you through how to install Hawk. If you haven't already configured your Microsoft Cloud permissions for Hawk or watched the Hawk overview video, be sure to check those out in the YouTube playlist or at the Hawk Forensics website. The links are in the description below. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and walk through the steps here of installing Hawk. If you forget any of these steps, all of these steps are outlined in detail on our Hawk Forensics website at hawkforensics.io under the user guide installation section. Just to give you a quick preview of what that looks like here, we have all these steps outlined that I'm about to walk through by just simply going to user guide and then installation on our website. All right, so Hawk is compatible with both PowerShell Desktop and PowerShell Core. You have to have at least a minimum version of 5.0. So to see what version you are running for PowerShell, you simply type in $PS version table, as you see here, and this will show us the version that you're running here. So I'm running PowerShell Core with the latest version of PowerShell, which at the time of this recording is 7.5. So one of the configurations that you have to have set up for Hawk to run successfully on your local machine is setting your PowerShell execution policy to remote signed, which if you want to get your current execution policy, simply type in get execution policy. Mine is already set to remote signed, but if yours is not set to remote signed, you need to open up your PowerShell window with administrative privileges and then simply type in set execution policy remote signed. Mine's already set there, so I'm not going to set it. But again, you have to do this with administrative privileges. Or you can run it as unrestricted, but that's a little, obviously a bit more permissive, but remote signed will work just fine for running Hawk. So we're going to clear our screen here. And the first thing that we're going to do is go ahead and just install Hawk. So Hawk is on the PowerShell Gallery, and if you're not familiar with PowerShell Gallery, it is a site where a multitude of PowerShell modules are hosted, and this is where Hawk currently is. At the time of this recording, we only have 3.24 released, but 4.0 is going to be available here shortly upon release of this video. As you can see here, this gives you the command to install Hawk. This is also again on our user guide, and scrolling down even further, this will give you all of the version history statistics as well. So if you ever want to check us out in the PowerShell Gallery, you can simply go here as well. Link is on our website. So we're going to just go ahead and get started here. So we'll go ahead and type in install module, tag name, Hawk, and then we'll press enter here. One thing to note is that Hawk has a number of required module dependencies. Those are all listed on our Hawk website. So if you don't have any of those dependencies installed, Hawk will go ahead and install those automatically for you. So I already had most of the dependencies installed on my local machine here, so it was a pretty quick install. However, this is a PowerShell terminal that does not have a number of our dependencies already installed. Your installation will take a bit longer because you have to install a number of modules to include Exchange Online Management, Microsoft Graph, and a few others. So your installation, if it's a fresh install without those dependencies, it will take a bit longer. If you have any of those dependencies currently installed, but they are an older version, Hawk will also install the latest version or the required version for Hawk as well, if that is a later version, while still retaining your older versions of those modules. So the next step here is to simply go ahead and import Hawk. I'm simply typing out all the commands here as opposed to tab completion for the purpose of the video. So import module Hawk, go ahead and click enter. And you should only have to import the module once after installing. Once it is successfully imported here, we're going to go ahead and verify that that Hawk was actually successfully installed. The import process for the first time here can take a little bit, so just be patient. All right, so we have imported the module, and let's go ahead and see if it's actually installed. So I'll run git hawk mod or git module hawk list available. I'll just tap complete here. And there you go. You can see that we have Hawk installed. And the version that we have here is 3.24. Again, by the time of the release of this video, we'll be at Hawk 4.0. Now, with Hawk, you can run the two main commands that you're going to run are your start Hawk tenant investigation or start Hawk user investigation. However, you can run, and those commands will run a number of other commandlets or functions as well in order. But if you want to see the list of all available commands within Hawk, if you want to run a command separately outside of a tenant or user investigation, you can type in git command tac module hawk, and that will display all the available commands that you can run in Hawk here. And all these commands, their purpose, and the files that they output are all listed on our user guide as well on the Hawk Forensics site. If you have any, if you want to get any help from any of these particular commands here, from the command line from PowerShell, just like any other PowerShell commandlet or module, you can just type in get tac help and then the name of the function, and then it'll show you the help here. Again, this help will be different at the time of 4.0 release, a little more robust, but that's it. That's how you install Hawk. Pretty straightforward. If there's any questions, again, go ahead and check out our site at hawkforensics.io.